Out on my wrist, counted and spin it. Mad at the coupe, mine with no tenant. Chop out the top, hit it the limits. I got some cash, I wanna spend it. New baby tag, didn't wanna rent it. Too many fads, too many bitches. Roll my slime, get in my lizard. Ready to slide, you will get slipped. Hey, we ain't got ties, you ain't gon' ride. You ain't my slime, young gun, I'm my prime.
I was like one of those experiences in life when like you physically feel like your life changing, like the energy around you, and you're like looking around, you're like, yo, all this stuff that I dream about and talk about doing with my friends, like you just have that, like you gotta look from an outside perspective, but like you're like, yo, I'm doing this right now. Like I was like, it happened when I was like, it happened during the whole festival. Like one moment specifically was like the last, I want to say it was the last day. It might have been Saturday.
Yeah.
No, I think it was the last day. I think it was, it was Sunday when Ski Mask performed, and he brought out Chapo during his set, man. There's 40,000 kids in the crowd. Like, being on stage for that, standing on, like, the barrier, throwing water on the kids, like, dude, like, that was, like, I was like, whoa.
Like Pikachu, the angels protect me, the demons respect me. The stick came with a full clip and I was empty. And my outfit cost a goddamn Chevy. When I got Chapo, watch how God bless. Bitches found bloody and they found sexy. The demons respect me, the angels protect me. The stick came with a full clip, God's empty.
This is no longer like me just like trying to sell t-shirts out of the trunk of my car with my friends. This is no longer
real,
me just like, you know, managing an artist, trying to help him out. Like this is the real deal. Like I've made it to a point now where it's like I'm like really doing this, and I feel like I've been really doing this, but it was just like that moment in your head when it clicks, and it's like,
that's
all right,
what I was
bro.
saying. Like you don't realize you think you're not shit until like there's that moment where it's like you're just grinding, you're not and then like there's that moment where you're like, oh shit, this is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you like, it puts everything in perspective, you know?
I have those like a good amount now, and I just like, I feel like I level up every time. Like I feel like mentally and like spiritually and everything, I just feel like more tapped in and more dedicated. I'm like, all right, dude, this is like, it's like inspiring to work harder. Like I come home from Rolling Loud and I like got my team together and we built a new website and we dropped a new website and we had hella footage and we started shooting more music videos. Like, shout out Pete and shout out Sam. Like we really went in like, and like now I don't know, dude. At this point, dude, after like having that Rolling Loud experience and that show, the Divine Minds Fest last weekend, like I know solidified in my head, like this is what I want to do. I want to be involved in festivals and major shows. Like I really want to, and I also want to take the artists that I'm working with right now and get them involved in those shows if they're not already at that level.
For sure. I know I saw footage of you talking to Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
What'd you end up saying to him?
It's kind of funny, man. Honestly, like we went to go see A$AP Ferg's set. Obviously, we had the artist passes, so we finagled ourselves to like cool little section. We were like watching Ferg.
Cool club.
Or we were watching scratch that. We were watching Jaden's set.
Yeah.
And then he got off stage, and then Ferg gets on stage, and we're like standing there partying, and like I like turn around, and I see Jaden Smith behind me, and like I'm pretty numb to the whole like seeing people that are cool or like popular and like being like holy shit, man. But like
the cloud game,
not even the cloud game. Just like at first, man, when I would meet people, I was like speechless. There's been times, one time specifically, I remember like I couldn't even talk, bro. I had like almost like a anxiety attack or panic attack. I was like, yo, why am I around all these dudes? Like this is nuts. Like these are all people I would listen to on the internet or I watch or I follow. But yeah, man, so I just like I almost started to have that again. I was like, yo, Jaden Smith, like, dude, what? Like, come on, man. Like that's, I looked again, I'm like, yo, it's Jaden Smith. And like I went and got my photographer Pete, and he pulled up, and I was like, yo, we gotta get a picture with Jaden Smith. He's like, all right, man. Like, so I like turn around, and like he's like right behind me now, like he's like on my shoulder, like dancing, and I'm like, I like just turned. He was just like, yo, man, I really like your chain. Like he initiated the conversation with me, and I was like, wow, it made it a lot easier for me. But I was so caught
because it's like, oh, I don't have to like start this.
Yeah, and like I was caught off guard, bro. I was like, oh, dude. He's like, yeah, I really like your chain, man. Like Louis Vuitton's one of my favorite brands. I was like, oh, dude. I really liked you in Pursuit of Happiness, bro. You did a good job. And he was like, what? Like, I was like 4 or 5 years old, bro. Like, and then I was like, we just started talking about how he performed on that stage, and then how like Chapo's gonna perform on that stage, and it was just talking about like he was like, yeah, man, you can do it, like, because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty nervous, man, about being on the big stage, like. He's like, dude, you can do it. Like, you know, if you're here for a reason. Like, he's started having like low key a really woke conversation. Yeah, like we're just like spit some like conscious knowledge on me, dude. In real life. Yeah, Jaden tweeting to my face, bro, and he was a real ass dude, man. Yeah. Shout out Jaden, like just being cool with me, and yeah, we talked for like 5-10 minutes, nothing crazy, but then like Pete snapped a photo, and that infamous photo went viral. Now everybody in my hometown thinks I'm cool.
That actually reminds me, I have a similar. Well, it's funny because it's like, for me, it's like, it's not celebrities that get me like starstruck. It's like people that like, you meet that like you feel like influence your life, or like they actually have meaning to your life versus like any person that's like famous. But I had a similar experience with Hannibal Buress in South by Southwest. It was like
so sick.
It was nothing, but like I was in the crowd, and it was Saba was performing. And
who?
Saba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
I thought you were gonna say Saw Baby. I was like, all right.
No.
I know Saba.
He's from Chicago, and like I felt someone bump into me, and I turn around, and it was Hannibal Buress, and he just gives me a head nod, like, oh, sorry, I bumped into you, type of head nod. And then I looked down, I was like, wait, that was Hannibal Buress?
Oh my god!
And it was mad funny because I saw him like move to the side of the crowd, and then he's like. Sabo goes like, I want to play this song. I normally don't play this, but there's someone very special in the crowd. I don't want to say who it is because I want to blow their spot. Yeah. And I just saw like Hannibal Buress's face go from like super chill, laid back to like a kid at a candy store, like getting super lit. And it was just really funny to watch because like I knew exactly, like it was almost like this weird inside joke where I knew who he was talking about, but
no one else in the crowd did. That's sick. That's legendary, bro. You experienced that.
It's just so funny when you have those like small little moments where you're like, oh wow, like
that stuff exists, like, bro. It exists.
It was
like those
like
people
insignificant, but it was like, I know Rolling Loud's doing some big things.
Shout out Tarek and Matt for sure.
For sure, and I feel like that they came out of nowhere and just start like in the last year they've just done. They did California, they did Miami. Last time we were talking, you were saying they might be coming to New England. Is that a thing?
I'm trying to make that a thing. I met Tarek the weirdest way, man. We got booked for Rolling Loud. Like Danny Towers, like DM me on Instagram, was like, "Yo, my boy's in town. Can you hook him up? Can you take care of him while he's there?" I was like, "Yeah." So he gave me Tarek's number. I didn't know who Tarek was at that time, and I did know who he was, but I didn't know it was him that he gave me his number.
Yeah.
And
it's like you didn't make the connection.
Yeah, and texted him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm actually going to a part of New Hampshire." He's going up north, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm in Nashua." Like, it's like, "Yeah, can I come meet up with you?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." So I was at Panera Bread, like just sending out emails. It was crazy because I was like sending out emails to like promoters and like booking agents. Like little did I know I was talking to like the biggest promoter in the entire industry.
Yeah,
I'm like sending out these emails. Like he pulls up. And like we sit down, we start, shooting the shit, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, like thanks for, taking care of me. Like, I don't know if you know who I am, but like I run Rolling Loud, so like if you ever want to go to Rolling Loud, like just you and all your friends, VIP passes, like for life, man. I got you. Appreciate you like holding me down." And I was like, "Dude, like, do you know what I do?" He's like, "No idea." Told him, I work with Slug and Chapo and a few other artists at the time. And he was like, "Dude, no way. Like, I actually wanted to book Chapo for Rolling Loud." And I was like, "Dude, no way. I emailed you about that. You didn't answer me."
Like, what the fuck is up?
And he was like, "Dude, you have my phone number now. Like, just call me." Yeah. And then, like, so, dude, I met the owner of Rolling Loud at Panera Bread in Nashua. And, yeah, I tapped in with him, dude. And, like, a week and a half later, Chapo was, boom, on the lineup.
Yeah.
Like, just made it happen like that.
That's crazy because I feel like I always find that the like, best connections I make are like, not that I'm ever like trying to get things out of people, but when you don't even know who someone is and you're just genuinely connecting with them, you're there, and you don't have an agenda of like, oh, I'm trying to get this done or trying to get this booked. Then you really connect with that person, and then they see that you're just a genuine dude,
yeah.
It's like
that's how it was. I think that's why he was rocking with me because like I wasn't trying to get a handout or anything. I was just like,
you didn't even
I
know,
actually
you're
was just
just trying
trying.
to be
I
a
was
good
just trying to
person.
take care of him. I was
Yeah.
just like, dude, you have whatever, help yourself to whatever you need, bro. Like, I was like, you're a friend of Danny, you're a friend of mine, so like, just whatever you need, bro. And it was crazy how that manifested, because like when I seen Tarek at Rolling Loud, the first thing I was like, from Panera Bread in Nashua to Rolling Loud Miami, like it just felt like it was like that was like some stuff in my life, like when it felt like predestined, like some fate,
Yeah, for sure.
like.
That's why I feel like you should never judge anyone, and you should always like treat everyone with the utmost kindness, because you never know. Like, I mean, obviously just to be a good person, but you never know who someone really is or
Bro.
what their life is, and like just
with
be a
this,
good person. To
with this music shit, man, I've been talking to these artists for so long and like meeting them in person, and they'll just be so cold to me. And then they find out who I am, and the whole vibe changes, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't change how I act towards them, but like, there's a lot of artists now that are coming around to me because they know I can help them. But it's like they were so cold to me before. Like,
that's such a power trip though too. It feels so good because you're like, not in like a sadistic way, but you're like, you don't have to fuck with anyone you don't want to fuck with, and if you know someone,
Yeah, I mean, I don't let it affect me. I just am aware that like these people really like treat people differently based off of like what they can do for them, and it's kind of shitty. So like I just make sure in my head that I treat like, dude, I see all these DMs from these kids from these shows that are like, you changed my life. This show was amazing. That I answer bro. I get hundreds of DMs a day. I answer every single one, even if it's just like a little heart emoji that I send back. I make sure that I respond to like everybody and just show them love, or even just be like, yo, you got the juice, you're next up, you got, what I'm saying? I'll just try to low-key inspire these kids to keep going.
That's mad funny, because I remember I followed you and you just like DM me and call me a legend, and I was like, my first reaction to that is always like, I always think someone's gassing me up, so I'm like, get defensive. I'm like, why is he calling me a legend? Like, why does this guy even know who I am? Like,
hip-hop made me do it. Legendary.
You already know. I always forget that like, some people know. I always just assume no one sees my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Me
like,
too,
you don't
me
realize
too.
like who actually watches your stuff until
Dude.
like, it's weird how the world.
That's the
works.
best part of it, though, man.
Yeah, it's not always about the numbers; it's about who's watching.
Oh, I have the mic. Shout out my sponsor Reebok for these flip flops that I'm wearing. This is not a paid. Yeah, it's not a paid sponsorship, but they send me free stuff in the mail.